Equality for all ages. This is the theme of this year's International Day of Older Persons, which is observed by the United Nations and its member states on the October 1st of every year, that is today. This theme affirms the need for access and meaningful participation in the digital world by older persons. This theme also offers an important chance to expand opportunities across generations for the benefit of society as a whole. Many of the elderly people have been left isolated during the pandemic. They are also at a greater risk of suffering from the rising threat of cybercrime. While taking all possible measures to protect them from criminals preying on them, we also have to put efforts to strengthen the digital skills of the elderly as an important defense and means to improve their well-being. Over the next 3 decades, it is said that the number of older persons worldwide is projected to be more than double, reaching more than 1.5 billion persons in 2050. Older persons are far more than a vulnerable group, says UN Secretary General Mr. Antonio Guterres in his message today for the International Day of Older Persons 2021. They are a source of knowledge, experience, and rich contributions to our collective progress. When older persons can access, learn, and use new technology, they will be better equipped to contribute to reaching the Sustainable Development Goals, a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that by 2030, all people enjoy health, peace, and prosperity. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you are joining us from. Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, GCPIT, Global Council for Cluster Excellence and Research, GCCR, Confederation of Indian Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, CMSME, UFirst Eduversity, along with our partners, SDG Chapter, India, People of Impact UAE, Positive Ed Limited UK, Predixa UAE, Center for Environment Education Nepal, Southern Voice Peru, Innovation Technology Transfer Office FITT IIT Delhi, Go Nomading Private Limited Singapore, True Complexion Malaysia, Impact Tracker Singapore, Griha, Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment New Delhi, India, the Energy and Resources Institute, TERI, New Delhi, India. We are proud to celebrate together the Global Sustainable Development Summit 2021 for unlocking the potential of SMEs for SDGs. A very warm welcome to all of you to day 11 of the summit. I am Aparna Kumar, the Global Co-Chairperson of GCPIT and your host for the event. On behalf of GCPIT, I express a heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for joining us today and supporting us always. Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, or GCPIT, is one of the fastest growing organizations based out of India and South Africa with board and council member representation across the world. The objective of this organization is to implement relevant major national development strategies, promote foreign trade, bilateral investment, and economic and technological cooperation, carry forward cooperation with overseas trade promotion counterparts, receive overseas high-end trade, and economic delegations, and much, much more. GCPIT supports entrepreneurs through its three verticals, which are the MSME growth vertical, where we handhold and support the existing SMEs, the W Combinator, where we empower and support women entrepreneurs and leaders, and the SDGs Global Impact Startups, where we encourage startups focusing on the SDGs. The last whole year, we have organized many premium online events like the Global Women's Business Summit, the Womenomics Global Mission, the Global Technology Summit, the Global Innovation Incubation and Entrepreneurship Summit, the Global Women in Trade Summit, only to name a few. As you can see, at GCPIT, we are constantly on the lookout for new and innovative ways to assist businesses in expanding their global reach. And it is with this vision that we launched the Global Sustainable Development Summit 2021 with a focus on how SMEs can support and at the same time gain from by following the roadmap provided by the SDGs. We don't stop here. We are launching the magazine Sustainomics, which will cover articles and research papers focusing on sustainability. And we have already announced the Global Sustainability Awards 2021, which will be GCPIT's next step towards supporting the global goals. As you all know, today we are focusing exclusively on SDG10, and we all know that reducing inequalities and ensuring no one is left behind are integral to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Inequality within and among the countries is a persistent cause for concern. Despite some positive signs towards reducing inequality in some dimensions, such as reducing relative income inequality in some countries and preferential trade status benefiting lower income countries, inequality still persists. COVID-19 has deepened the existing inequalities, hitting the poorest and most vulnerable communities the hardest. On the economic front, the COVID-19 pandemic has significantly increased global unemployment and dramatically slashed workers' incomes. COVID-19 also puts at risk the limited progress that has been made on gender equality and women's rights over the past decades. Inequalities are also deepening for vulnerable populations in countries with weaker health systems and those facing existing humanitarian crises. Refugees and immigrants, as well as indigenous peoples, older persons, people with disabilities, and children are particularly at risk of being left behind. It is time for us to act. As in the case of all other SDGs, SDG10 also require our active participation and action. So let's all work together towards achieving SDG 10 and let us leave no one behind. I once again thank you all for joining us today and let me thank our partners for their unconditional support.